Aish Penn State mean to me? The student body at HPSU recently found out that funding may no longer be provided for the students at Aish Penn State. This news is heartbreaking to us. We're saddened to hear that Aish may no longer be here, as Aish has touched our lives, has been so important to us, and we're really sad to hear that it may no longer be here. I've decided to interview current students and alumni alike to hear what their Aish stories were, and for them to tell me what they would think about an Aish departure from Penn State University.
There are a few moments in our lifetime where we can look back on and knowingly say that they changed our life forever. Aish has provided me with the majority of these moments. Before sophomore year of college, I had limited connection to my Judaism. I barely even knew what Shabbat was. When I first walked into the Maimonides class my sophomore year at Penn State, I had no idea what I was in for. Who knew that Rabbi Ricky, Esther, Sarah, and Rabbi David, and the members of Aish at that time, would provide me with the closest knit family that I have had this far in my life. Who knew that they would bring me out of the soft-spoken, shy shell that I was living in? The next moment that I look back on is from the Poland trip, when the group of us were standing in the Majdanek concentration camp, singing Am Yisrael Chai in the gas chamber. I realized that in this moment, the people whose arms were draped around me would be the few that could completely understand my feelings. In that moment, we were building a connection that is still hard to put into words. This was another step in bringing me the family that I had not known at the time that I was seeking. The moments after Poland are so numerous that it's hard to pick on. I mainly think about the countless Shabbats that I looked forward to each week, to see the people that had started to matter to me the most. Then birthright. Aish Penn State introduced me to the country that I hope to spend the rest of my life in, and I owe it all to them. They provided me with a platform that enabled me to not only make friends, but truly become part of a family. It also reconnected me to my Jewish faith, something that I honestly thought I had lost forever. Without Aish Penn State, I truly don't know where I would be in my life, and the thought of losing it truly breaks my heart.
Hi, so I'm Jonathan Lisha. I'm currently a sophomore in Penn State University, and I recently heard news that Penn State Aish was under the risk of getting defunded. And I'm here to explain the importance of Aish into my life and to all the students and all the further alumni in Penn State. When I first came to Penn State, originally, I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I went to Penn State just to become more independent and to explore myself, explore who I am, and to find my purpose in life. And during orientation, I found a club. I found the Aish of Penn State. And over there, I met the wonderful Ricky Vigon and David Grant. And from there on, they invited me to different Shabbats. And as a freshman, I thought to myself, why would I go to Shabbats? I'm planning not to become religious. Then I reluctantly chose to go to one Shabbat. And from there on, that one Shabbat became two Shabbats, and two Shabbats, they all doubled. And now I'm a very frequent Aish student. Aish has given me the opportunity, ever since freshman year, I went to the Maimonides class every Wednesday night, where we discussed everything from marriage, from faith, about why we believe what we believe, and we were able to ask questions, and we were able to have a debate of Judaism and everything in general, which I found very amusing. And then from Maimonides, the rabbis had given me the wonderful opportunity of going to Israel for a internship. And over in internship, I stayed in Aish HaTorah. And Aish HaTorah has been the single most influential event in my life. And to be honest, I met the most wonderful people, met the most wonderful friends in my entire life. I'm still in touch with them as of this day. From there, from the Aish HaTorah, I met Dov Bear, Steve Garr, and Rabbi Miller, just to say a few. But those have really impacted my entire life, from explaining to me the importance of Judaism in my life. And after freshman year, I was given the wonderful opportunity to visit Poland. And in Poland, it helped refine and help me understand the importance of being Jewish and how important it is to retain my Jewish identity on campus and out. And for next year, Aish have provided me the opportunity of living into the Aish Boys House. The Aish Boys House is serviced as a hub for students. It's the location for my Mondays 2 course, and also it contains a kosher kitchen for where the people who are living there next year will be able to cook kosher food and will be able to practice living a kosher life for their future. Without Aish, there will be no Aish Boys House for people to keep kosher. Without Aish, there won't be trips to Poland where people could identify with their Judaism, and be able to connect deeper with who they are. And without Aish, there will be no Shabbats. There will be no Shabbats for people to reconnect with who they are, with who they want to become, and with the people around them. Without Aish, Penn State, Jewish life of Penn State will be gone. Thank you.
What does Aish mean to me? Aish is my Jewish experience, my Jewish community here at Penn State University. I remember when I first came here, the first week, I was interested in going to Shabbat. All I knew was Hillel. So I asked my twin brother, let's go to Hillel this Friday for Shabbat. He said, no, let's go to Aish. I'd never heard of it before, but he attended Shabbats in the summer, and I thought, all right, I trust him. So we went, and I met these rabbis from England who knew so much, who had so much schooling on Judaism and the Torah and Talmud, and they were teaching us things and telling us things that just completely blew my mind. And I was meeting these Jewish students from Israel, from California, from everywhere, who convened here at Penn State at that one house, that one night, each week at Shabbat. These people come from all different backgrounds, and we meet because we're Jewish. That's what Aish means to me. Bonding of Jewish people. Then, as I'm taking the Maimonides class, I'm learning so much more about Torah, Judaism, the Talmud. I'm so amazed how deep and spiritual, intellectual Judaism is, and my mind is blown once yet again. And I go on the Aish Poland trip, and I see these atrocities that were committed, and I become so much closer to my Jewish community. I meet even more people from my Jewish community here at Penn State. My Jewish friends originate at Aish. That's where we meet. That's where we hang out. That's where we pray. That's where we learn Torah, Talmud. That's where the best things happen, really. And then this past winter, I went on a program called Heritage Retreats. And it was great. We went on this retreat in Arizona. We went to the Grand Canyon and Red Rocks. Embraced my Judaism even more. So after I share that experience with my rabbis here at Penn State, they also think that's amazing. And they allow me to embrace my Judaism. And I'm now Shomer Shabbos. I say Modeh Ani when I wake up in the morning. Appreciate where I am and how my soul comes into my body, and that my body is working at its fullest at that time. And I say Shema at least once a day, connecting my soul to God, to the one God that is everything. And so I can just feel so much more elevated in my Judaism and closer to God because of Aish. I can thank that to Aish and what they've done for me. Not only their Shabbats on Friday and Saturdays, not only their one-on-ones, but Aish as a whole. Aish as a community. Aish as every on-campus organization that's out there, including Penn State. And it just connects the whole world to Jewish students to learn more about their faith, their ancestry, and everything they know. And so I want to thank you, Aish, for everything.
Modeh Ani, for what Aish has given me, Jacob Ginn. Every week, the rabbis open their homes to students like me to show us what it means to live according to Jewish values in an environment where feeling good is often seen as the ultimate good. Countless Shabbos meals, one-on-one conversations, and Maimonides classes has shown me how important it is to seek and share a higher moral truth. Thanks to Rabbi David and Rabbi Josh, my values are challenged every week. Without a constant conversation with them of what it means to be my best self, my Jewish development would be sadly stunted. Being a part of the Aish family has allowed me to feel valued as a Jew, empowering me to own up to my identity and seek ways to bring it alive in others. Having been raised Jew-ish, it has taken tremendous courage to grow into my Jewish identity and choose for myself the path of Jewish learning. Without Aish, I would not have gone to Poland, traveled back to Israel, or found my path in Judaism the way I have now. For family, learning, and mentorship, Modeh Ani for what Aish has given me. Thank you.
For me, Aish means connection. I've been able to meet amazing people throughout this organization just from like the sole purpose that we believe in the same thing, and then from that developing friendships, true friendships that I probably would have never been able to have if I had never been a part of Aish. I've also had amazing opportunities with the organization. I've been able to go to Poland, and I got to experience the concentration camps where I probably would have never been able to do if it weren't for Aish. And we just have so many opportunities because we're all willing to just help each other out and get to know each other and benefit from being Jewish and understanding our culture. And it's just all because we share the same faith, and I think that's really awesome.
Hi, I'm Chelsea.
I'm Maytal.
And I'm Skylar, and Aish is so amazing and unique to our campus because the rabbis and the rabbis' families will invite us into their homes for food, learning, and meaningful conversation. They always inspire us, engage us in Jewish learning. They also offer classes and trips to Israel and Poland, which we're so grateful for.
Aish's motto is home away from home, and that couldn't be more true. Whether it's for high holidays, Shabbat dinners, or just a friendly face when you're feeling homesick, they're always there with a friendly smile and a bowl of matzo ball soup. They're here to listen to us vent about school and stress, but also to celebrate with us in our successes.
I met so many people I otherwise would not have met, and it's all thanks to Aish. Through their Maimonides classes and the opportunity to go to the Aish conference, I met so many people that are considered to be my sisters. And the rabbis and their families have become such big influences in our lives, and they've become such an integral part of the Penn State campus, and we're so grateful for them.
Aish means to me about having family away from your actual family. Without Aish, I would not have been able to meet so many great people here at Penn State and felt like I was involved with the community. I have been able to explore my Jewish heritage a lot and explore who I really am, and I've been able to have so many great opportunities as well throughout this organization by going to Poland, and I would not have been able to do that anywhere else. And I just think Aish just means so much to me, and I would hate to see it go.
What is Aish to me? Aish is my entire community on college campus. It was the first actual organization I got involved with in the summer of 2016 when the current president brought me to a cookout, and I've been involved ever since. I've gone on trips with the rabbis. I've gone to Israel. I've experienced one of the most emotional roller coasters I will ever experience in Poland when visiting concentration camps. It was something I will never forget, and to have all of that in one community is unimaginable. It's perfect in a sense, and to have it be ripped from your college campus is also unimaginable. So I wouldn't know where I would be without Aish on campus.
It says in Pirkei Avot, "Aseh lecha rav uknei lecha chaver." Make for yourself a teacher and acquire for yourself a friend. Aish at Penn State has given us unlimited opportunities to learn with the rabbis both one-on-one and in group environments. They have given us the chance to engage with other students and fellow Jews around us and have provided us with an enormous opportunity to foster our growth both as a Jew and as a person.
After spending a year in Israel, in many ways, was it a challenge for us to maintain our spiritual and personal growth. And thanks to Aish on campus, we think that this transition was a lot easier, and we were welcomed with open arms and open heart to be able to be part of a community and a family here at Penn State.
We are
Penn State.
My name's Ezra, and as a first-year student on campus, Aish has been a second home for me. I developed a very close relationship with both the rabbis, I would go for Shabbat, I'd bring friends there, and a community started to form around there. And then I just made a lot of friends by showing up at all their different events, and I also learned a lot from the different speakers that they'd bring in. So I would be very devastated if Aish left Penn State.
Aish has allowed me to explore my Jewish heritage and connect with the Jewish community, not only in State College, but in Israel and around the United States. It has also allowed me some amazing trips to Poland, Brazil, and a couple to Israel, and I studied at yeshiva because of Rabbi Ricky and Rabbi David and what they do for Aish.
My name is Eric. Growing up in a non-Jewish environment, I always wanted to find my Jewish path in life. And coming to Aish is where I found my spark to be Jewish. Meeting with the Vigons, Grants, and Molinas, I really found my place in a Jewish environment at Penn State. I found a place to be Jewish and not feel bad for it. Coming to Penn State, I was always scared if I was going to be Jewish, I'd be judged for it. But going to Shabbat every week and meeting people of the same faith and background as me, I feel inspired to be more Jewish openly around me, my family, my friends, and live a Jewish life. And I think having Asian campus is important to me as a Jewish leader also.
Hi, this is Hannah, Penn State alumni from 2015, and I just wanted to share a little bit about my experience with Aish at Penn State and how it has really impacted who I am today and my experience with Judaism. And personally, as a student, I was going through quite a hard time as I was in a sorority with girls who were quite different than me, and although some of them were Jewish, they weren't quite brought up the same way as I was, and Aish was a perfect outlet for me, and I was around when it started as well, where I would go for Shabbat dinners every weekend, and I had a comforting family atmosphere and friends that I could share with my experiences, and I can't imagine my college experience without Aish. So please take this into consideration before making your decision. Thank you.
My name is Jeremy Schooler. I'm a freshman from Bethesda, Maryland, and Aish Penn State has had a huge part in my college life so far. I'm finishing up my first year now, and I've gone to Aish for Shabbat probably 20 times. I meet with Rabbi Josh pretty much weekly. I go to a lot of their programming. I love Aish. We have Hillel here, we have Chabad, and Chabad's great. And I go to some of the other events for Chabad and Hillel, but Aish is definitely the biggest part of my Jewish college experience. And I think it would be terrible if Aish Penn State was shut down. It's just a huge part of college for me, and I love everyone involved in it, and I would love to continue being involved with Aish for the rest of college. So I really hope that Aish continues strong and is able to prosper for years to come.
Aish at Penn State really provided me my first community. Someone who came from Jewish private school and Jewish summer camp, I was really looking for a tight-knit Jewish community, and I felt that Aish provided me that. To see it go, I think, would be really bad, and I'm a huge proponent for it to stay.
Hi, my name is Hannah Geller, and I am a part of the community at Aish Penn State. Aish Penn State is really my home away from home because it's where I get to see all of my best friends at least one time a week, usually more like 3. And I get to celebrate all the holidays, eat delicious, amazing kosher food, and I feel really at home all the time, no matter what it is that we're doing. Whether it's MIMO, whether it is just private learning with the Rebbitzins and rabbis, I just fall in love over and over again because I feel like Aish is something super special and unique. I can't imagine my college experience without it, and that's why I want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to have an Aish experience. When my brother comes to Penn State next year, I cannot wait to take him to Aish because I know that that is where he will find his lasting relationships. Thank you, Aish.
Aish Penn State is really like my second family to me. Being an out-of-state student, I struggled a lot my first month here. I would constantly break down in the showers and I barely left my room. I just felt like I had no place here. I didn't belong anywhere and I made the biggest mistake of my life. But everything changed for me my first Shabbat meal at Aish Penn State, where I finally found a group of people that I could relate to and where I finally felt loved and cared for. If it wasn't because of Aish, I would have left Penn State about 3 years ago and it would have been the biggest regret of my life. And I truly have Aish Penn State to thank for that.
Hi, my name is Jacob Fellis. I'm a senior at Penn State, and I've been with Aish Tara since sophomore year. I heard about it from a friend that it could help me to go on a trip to Poland, and so I spoke with Rabbi Ricky and Rabbi David and started a MIMO class. And the initial reason why I did it was just so I can do the Poland trip, but I ended up falling in love with it. It's been a really important part of my life and has helped me discover different things about my Jewish culture and wisdom through my religion that I hadn't seen before. I grew up relatively religious compared to the people around me. And once I went to college, the entire secular wave of living in a college town hit me pretty hard. And a year later, coming back to my roots and seeing Jewish values and wisdom up close had a profound impact on me. It still does today. And the time I spent at the Aish Yeshiva, the time I spent on Birthright, and the time I spent in Poland had been some of the most important times of my life up to this point. Right now I live in the Aish house, and I love it. I spend a lot of time hanging out with other Jews through Aish, and I feel like I'm part of a community. This has been a really important part of my life, and I'm glad for everything that Rabbi Ricky, Rabbi David, and Rabbi Josh, and all the Rebbesons, all they provided. Thank you, guys.
Hi, my name is Gilad Metro, and I'm a senior at Penn State. Growing up, I was completely secular, being raised in Philadelphia. For my first couple of years, I wasn't involved in Jewish life at all at Penn State until my friends really convinced me. They were like, it's a great time, you learn so much about yourself. So I started going to Maimonides classes on Wednesday nights, and I kind of got hooked, started going to Whiskey and Wisdom on Thursday nights, and I just needed more. I found I was learning so much about myself on a greater learning curve than ever before, and I just asked what else I could do. So I went on my first Aish trip to Israel, and then I was completely hooked. I was like, what else can I do? Can I go to Poland? Where should I go? So after the Poland and Yeshiva trip, I knew that after school I wanted to go to Yeshiva for at least a couple months. So I started getting as involved as I can. Now I currently live in the boys' Aish house here at Penn State, and I think these past 2 years have been the best time of my life, in a great part due to Aish. And I just only hope that future students at Penn State can have the same opportunity as I did. Maybe they didn't grow up going to a Shabbos meal, or having a local synagogue, and this community at college can really help someone like that.
Hi, my name is Juan. I'm a senior at Penn State. I'm majoring in petroleum and natural gas engineering and energy business and finance. I started getting involved with Jewish life on campus when I was a freshman. I first got involved with Hillel. Eventually, Hillel led me to Aish when I needed to find a rabbi, which is when I met Ricky and Sarah Vigan. And for the next 2 years, the Vigans pretty much became like my family. They were extremely welcoming, learned a lot, definitely found my Jewish path thanks to Ricky. I learned so much with Sarah, and the work that I saw them do in the community that they helped me build and the friends and and honestly the family and the amazing things that we share here at Penn State. I don't think would have been possible without the hard work and the amazing programs that they do. And Rabbi David Grant and Esther have been, like, I don't even have words. They have been by our side. They take time off their days, all of their personal time that they could be spending. They spend time trying to help us. Time they could be spending with their families, with their daughters. Trying to help us, trying to meet with us, even if we only need someone to talk to, or even if they are trying to learn with us. And honestly, anything we need, we know they'll always be there. David especially has been amazing to me. I've seen how hard he works every day to make all these programs. How amazing they are, and I saw how hard Ricky and Sarah worked, and now I get to see also how hard Rabbi Jay and Shushu work, and they got here, and from day one they took the bull by the horns, and they strengthened our community even more. They made the Weigand's old house feel still homey, feel with love, and everyone just I don't know. It's just really hard to hear that this situation is happening. And the reason why I want to share my story is because I have seen and I have lived through the work that Aish has done pretty much since I was a freshman. I have seen every single person that has been involved with Aish, whether that's the rabbis, the rabbi team, whether that's students, the exec board, really, really work their backs off for this organization to create a Jewish community on campus. And they have created a wonderful community. I have met friends who had no Jewish education before they got involved with Aish. And by the time they were done with college, they were celebrating Shabbat every Friday. They were looking into keeping kosher. And maybe these are small things, but for someone that didn't even know what Shabbat was to try to go to Shabbat dinner every Friday, that's an amazing work, inspiring work by everyone who works here with Aish, for Aish, whether that's the rabbis or the students, Aish Boys House, whatever it is. I'm on my way out, so I definitely got my fair share of Aish, of Jewish life on campus. I was blessed, but it would break my heart to see that other Jews in this school with 50,000 students, where roughly 6,000 are Jewish, won't have the environment that I had coming in. And I'm scared they're going to miss out on a lot of things that they shouldn't, because if Aish is here. The Maimonides class, birthright trips, the trip to Poland, the girls' trip to Spain, the Olami competition in Brazil. Like, Aish is constantly pushing our limits. It's constantly trying to make us better. Better Jews, better people, better students, better friends. But, I just can't really imagine coming back to Penn State and not seeing Aish here anymore. And I know that I'm not only speaking for myself. So, please, think really hard about this. I'm asking you. Aish built an amazing Jewish community here. If we lose this funding, it's gone. It's gone. And I think that speaks for itself. Thank you.
It's really easy to lose sight of your Judaism when so many other things are going on in college. Aish provides a place for us to come together and focus on this really important aspect of our lives, even if it's just 1 or 2 nights a week. I joined Aish when I was just a freshman and I wasn't really sure where my place was on campus, but it has given me a home and given me some of my best friends and favorite memories from college so far. Aish is a really important part of my and many other young Jewish people's lives at Penn State.
I think Aish is a magnificent organization, and what it has done for me is beyond what I could ever ask. As a college student, I don't really have that much money, and there really isn't a From Jewish community in State College, where my local university is located. What Aish has done is set up not one, but 2 rabbis who offer Shabbat meals, services, and Jewish learning classes. Now when I say I'm Jewish, I can actually provide some context behind it, and it's all thanks to Aish.
I love Aish because it's my Jewish home away from home. The food that Shushu makes is just incredible, and the rabbi also helps to create a wonderful and welcoming atmosphere. I don't know what I would do without it, and all the people really make it what it is and how special it is to me. So I really hope that we can have Aish next year.
Hi, my name is Hannah, and I got involved with Aish by going through Birthright, and I've taken MIMO 1, and I'd love the opportunity to take MIMO 2 next year. Aish has been really important to me because I've been able to go to Shabbat dinners every Friday night and make awesome friends and spend a lot of my week with amazing people. And when my grandmother passed a few weeks ago, I was able to have the rabbis around me to help me through that difficult time, and Aish is really important to me, and I would absolutely hate to have it go away. So.
Hey, so my name is Aaron Goldberg, and I want to tell you how much Aish has impacted my life since after graduating from Penn State. Rabbi Josh just started up this semester, fall 2017. I formed a unique bond with him, and he knew I was graduating in December and only could have me as a student for about 3 months. But those 3 months meant a lot to me and meant a lot to him. I graduated and my life started now. I have a full-time job and I'm not at Penn State anymore, but Rabbi Josh has impacted my life tremendously. He knew I was looking for a rabbi to connect to after I graduated in my local community, and he went out of his way and took steps to find a rabbi in my local Jewish neighborhood that was as cool as him and that could connect with me one-on-one as a friend, as a mentor, and as a rabbi, all in one. And he went out of his way to find me someone that can learn with me every week, that can connect with me every week, and that can really impact my life. And I learn with this rabbi now once a week, and his name is Moshe Selengut, Rabbi Moshe, and I've been going to him for now about 2 months, and I learn with him for an hour every week for about 2 months now, and Rabbi Josh has really impacted my life since after graduating Penn State. And you know, as much as I was involved in Penn State and in Jewish life, I thought it might be over after graduating, since it wasn't as easy, just to go to a rabbi's house anymore. You had to make your own effort and do things yourself. And Rabbi Josh just went out of his way and found me someone that could actually connect with me. And it's really impacted my life after graduation from Penn State. So that's my inspiration from Aish, and it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to other students just like me, because if there's no Rabbi Joshes anymore at Penn State, maybe you're not going to get a kid that wants to learn Torah with his local rabbi in his Jewish community every week for 2 months, So we need these rabbis on campus to influence and to impact young Jewish leaders just like myself, and without them, none of this would be possible. So
I go to Penn State. I'm a freshman, and this is my first year. It's coming to a close, and Aish means a lot to me, to be honest. It was the first Shabbat I went to up here. I was invited by my friends, and I've connected with so many people, and to me that's what Judaism's all about. It's about connecting with other Jews, and it's a community, and Aish helped me reach out to my Jewish community here at Penn State on my first year. It means so much, and I would hate to see it go.
I could easily say that the Honors College was my most important college resource, but the truth is it was Aish. Aish provided me with the engagement, best friends, learning, and reasoning to grow as a Jewish adult in college.
Hi, this is Ari Sobel. I am currently living in the Aish Boys House. I graduated Penn State in 2016 and actually came back, and it's really amazing just what Aish stands for and what it's meant to me individually. I first started going to Aish events my junior year, and I met Rabbi Ricky and Rabbi David, and they got me on the Aish Ignite trip, and it was amazing. Like, what Aish means here at Penn State is so much more than just what we've experienced. It truly is a community that when we come together, and if Aish were to leave Penn State, it would be such a big deal, and such, honestly, just the amount of people that I know Aish helps. I've been to Chabad, I've been to Hillel, and it doesn't even come close to what Aish offers here. Just, again, the community, the Shabbos dinners, the just learning events through Maimonides, just all of the events that we go to, and just, again, going back to the people, and really Aish leaving here would have a really, really terrible impact, I would say, just because we really just built a home. And just as a Jewish professional now here, I feel welcome every time I come, not only just in this house, but to Shabbos dinners as well. And I believe that you guys can really make a really big difference, not only in the people who are living here now, but just for generations to come. I mean, you guys have established such an amazing culture, and just to let that go, it takes years to build that. And I just see Aish like continuously on the rise here. I know that within the next year to 2 years, it's going to be the prominent place to be at Penn State. And the only reason that people would choose anything but Aish is because they haven't been exposed to it yet. Because every single person that I've brought from other Jewish organizations to Aish have loved Aish 10 times more. And so I understand, money, it's right, it's a necessary thing. But I'm telling you that every dollar that is put into this organization comes out tenfold, not only within just the orgs, but within the people that you guys have the privilege to touch. And it's really amazing. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. And I really hope that we can find a way, because it's not the how, it's always the what and the why. And I know that together, if we can figure out what we want, which is to keep Aish here at Penn State. Why? Because it has such a tremendous impact on everyone here, that we can find a way. And if money's the issue, let's find a way to do it, because you guys have made such a dramatic impact on me and just this whole community. And I really hope that you guys stay. So thank you very much, and God bless. Thank you.